Hey everybody, this is Durance J, Creative Tech Tutorial. Today I would like to show you how to spin a sound, around your head, binaurally and bisonically in Ableton using Envelope for Live or E4L. So you do have to go to the E4L website in order to download this suite. It's a free suite of Max for Live devices. It's useful for spatial sound design using multiple speakers, or you can work binaurally, which is what we'll do today. And let's get started. So let's say I have a sound. All right, at the moment I have some maracas. And I would like to spin it around my head, both in front and behind me. And I'd like to do it binaurally. I can use this E4L suite, and if I go in, these are all the modules that it comes with. There's one called Source Panner, and I'll drag this onto my maracas going here. And it should look something like this for you. This is the spatial orientation here. You can kind of drag this and move this around the room. At the moment, it's using a stereo field. I'd actually like it to do mono, so I'm going to click mono here so we just have one thing that we drag around quite simply. And the next thing to get started is we're also going to have to add an E4L master bus, because at the moment this is not going to do anything because it needs its own device to kind of deal with the processing of the spatial information. So drag a master bus onto an unused audio track, or you can do a return track, whatever you like to do. I'm going to set my decoder here, set of binaural to binaural third order. You could also use binaural, but I'm going to do binaural third order. And I'm going to make sure that my 808, my maracas here, aren't sending to the audio master, but instead are just sends only, because I don't want to hear it just play out of it directly. I want it to only play out of this E4L master bus. Go back here. For some reason, my E4L is sending this to 16 chain. You want to click on this and make sure that it's sending to 16 E4L master. So what this is meaning is that sound of your maracas are going to this source panner. It's sending the location information to the E4L master, which is over here, and this is decoding it binaural third order. You see you have a lot of options here. If you wanted to send this to like an 8-channel sound system instead of a stereo headphone mix, you could choose one of these other things. So let's get back here, and now I'm going to press play on my maracas. If I start to drag this point, you can hear that it's changing location, going behind me, to the side, to the front, further away, closer. And you can move things around manually. So this is Ableton, so any of these things you can automate as much as you like. Asim or azimuth or whatever, this is how you would spin it around. The radius is about where it is. And elevation, you can kind of raise it and lower it because we're talking about 3-dimensional space here. I'm going to leave this center, move the radius out a little bit. And I could just automate this, which is a little bit tedious. Another easier way to do this is go to Max for Live devices. In your Max Audio Effects section, there should be something called an LFO, and I'm going to drag my LFO right in here. And I'm going to want to map this LFO to Asim. Click map here, and then move the Asim. And so now it's controlled by this LFO. As you can see, it's going back and forth, which we don't want. So instead of a sine waveform, I'm going to do an up. So you can see the shape of it looks like this. And the last thing I'd like to do is at the moment, we're just doing whatever speed we want. I'm going to synchronize this to the tempo. So now it's going to take a full measure to fully circle around your head. So there's a lot more you can do with this. There's other effects. We can get into this later. But for now, this is just a very simple way of binaurally spinning a sound around your head. Kind of change the radius if I want, bring it further away, closer. And that is, in a very quick demonstration, how to spin a sound binaurally and bisonically around your head in Ableton with Envelope for Live.